What's up, YouTube? Burns here. So I got myself a little project I need to get done. I have to fix my tire machine, but I'm running into a little bit of an issue. I apologize for a little bit of a shaky camera. I don't have my tripod out here. My tire machine has these wheel adapters. Okay, these allow me to clamp down on wheels that are smaller in diameter than the table's jaws. The table jaws are minimum, I believe, 10 or 12 inches. And these clamps allow me to clamp down on a wheel as small as 4 inches. But I have a problem. This one is bent. This happened a while ago. I had a wheel on the machine and I didn't realize that it was kind of starting to slip a little bit. And when it did slip, it was not really slipping, it was bending this clamp. So what I have elected to do is I'm going to take these. I've already started with this one. I've already removed this part here, which goes here. So it gives you a little bit of a bite area. So it bites the outside edge of the wheel. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this top plate off right here, both sides. Okay, I'm going to cut this edge off here because it's only welded on the inside underneath. There's only one weld on this side and one weld on this side. Nothing fancy, kind of whatever, you know. And once I cut this plate off, I'm going to cut this off here, right at the top of this, right above, or even here in the center. I might even come up just above the edge of that tube in there. Let's see if you can see that in there. Yeah, that tube. I'll show you how these work. Okay, so here's my tire machine, and the way that these clamps work, all right, drop this on here, and you slide it all the way back. There we go. This one wasn't going on right. But you slide it all the way back, you drop the lever down, and then you tighten up this pin. And what that does is it allows the shaft to sit on the inside of these jaws, right inside this little slot here. And now that'll give me this full distance close here is about 12 inches. Now with these adapters, it'll raise it up and it'll give me about 4 inches. So I can clamp down on some pretty small wheels. Now the problem I see with these is the height. Not only are they made from cheap Chinese steel, but the height of this adapter, you have to go from this point all the way up to here, which puts a lot of stress in this zone right here. So by lowering this plate down to just above that, I should have a much tighter biting force. So now having started that project, I'm going to get this kind of started here and get this complete so I can use my tire machine. I have some tires to change. Alright guys, well here is the sort of finished project or process of this particular project. I got 2 of the clamps nearly complete. This one here is almost done. I just have to get new bolts that'll hold into these pins here, or into these pipes, the tubes. So that way I don't have to worry about using snap rings or anything like that. So this one's kind of jerry-rigged a little bit. But this one here, you can see I have a nut and a bolt going right through, and it holds this piece in place. And it should work. I think it's going to work okay for what we're doing, because I'm going to use a grade 8 bolt in here. Not that I really need it, but that's typically what I use anywhere I need to use a threaded fastener. And you can see just by looking at this angle compared to the first part of the video, these are much lower in height compared to what they were before. They were up here abouts, and they are also in a little bit farther because now this plate is moved back a little bit and it's lower, much lower. So that should give me a lot more biting force on the jaws, you know, and keep the clamping force of the jaws lower and closer to the table, which will make it more stable and a lot steadier for removing tires off of wheels. It'll be a lot safer that way too. There's no real risk of the tire, or the rim rather, popping off of these jaws with this setup the way it is. So we'll see. I'll try to get some video when I'm changing a couple of tires just to show you how well it's working or how poorly it's working, depending on how everything goes. So I just want to thank you for watching the video. Like, favorite, subscribe, share the video out if you want. If you know anybody else that has issues like this, maybe they'll find this information helpful and useful, I'm hoping. But until next time, we'll see you in the next video.